Hi to the tribe. This is Judge uh, Napolitano. He wrote quite a few books. Dred Scott's Revenge. You see, his eyes are hidden because he was not able to see justice. Thought there was a very interesting photo on the cover. His eyes are hidden. My interpretation is that because the flag, most people don't know that's a war flag. The American flag is not a peace flag, it's a war flag. There's another flag about peace, but do your research to find that. So that means that since we've had this flag, we, since America has had this flag, there's always been at war. It's a war banner. We have a peace banner, but they've never flown it. So, greetings everyone. This is TAIFA World Ministry of Education. We're about uplifting your mind, your spirit, and your physical experience through education. Today, I want to speak to those who call themselves wealthy, those who have got a piece of the pie in the American dream. And I want to share with you the importance of knowing what TAIFA World is doing. You see, you have all the money you need and more, but that doesn't make you free. To be free, a, you have to have your own community. You can't have individual freedom. You have to have community with your specific tribe or community. You think money makes you free? Okay, take your billions and millions and just try to buy something with it. See, most people who deal with money, they're very intelligent. They know that all money ain't good money, and just because you have money don't make you worthy of respect. So they operate like a family. Some people say mafia. No, I say a family. Because a mafia family deals with threats and intimidation. You remember the movie Godfather? Use that for an example. They came here and was a rogue family, and he intended to go good. In other words, he wanted for his children more than what he had for himself. And the reason why he had to go rogue because America didn't have nothing for him. They wasn't welcoming him into his society. You think he just came here and decided to go rogue to make his livelihood off of protecting people, being a godfather to them, protecting them from being outside of the system? What you talking about, old school? You talking in riddles. Okay, let me make it more fluid. If you don't have a community behind you, your money don't mean anything. This is Dred Scott Revenge. Dred Scott didn't know who he was. because he tried to get justice being a black man. Black means you're silver mortus. Black means you're dead. In law, black means you're dead. You have no civil rights. They won't tell you this. Even now, all these people talking about civil rights. That means you ain't got none. That means you're not under the Constitution. The Constitution says that all men was equal, right? So why do you need civil rights if you come under the Constitution? They trying to show you that even though you're not, we say you're not protected under the Constitution, the state Constitution, we're going to give you some rights, and we'll call them civil rights. In other words, they're not rights, they're privileges. Civil rights. There's not rights. Civil rights is not, that's an oxymoron. Civil rights is not rights at all. The rights are already defined in the Constitution. What do you mean, civil rights? I mean, we're going to legislate, make laws to give you privileges. You can't give somebody rights. Rights is something given by their creator. How you going to give somebody a right? You're born with rights. The Constitution says inalienable rights, meaning they cannot be taken away. So what you talking about civil rights? You know, the 14th Amendment was brought about because of Dred Scott. They say, the founding of this case, by the way, is that, a lot of people come. I thought there was people coming in. I'm looking at the time clock going to 20 and 30. That's the minutes. I said, wow, these people coming in here. No, that's just the time. Wow. So what Judge trying to say in this Dred Scott Revenge is that when so-called black people realize they have no standing as black, and they come to know their ancestral name. Some people say national name, but I say ancestral name because your ancestral name is your national name. Your free national name. Black is a title of slavery. That's why the holding in Dred Scott was that he has no rights you are bound to respect. People operate on this right now. They see a melanated man, automatically they say, hey, I don't have to respect him. The law protects me. So if you don't have to respect so-called black people, that gives you a license to disrespect them. That's what people are living under today. Dred Scott's decision was that he had no rights. You are bound. In other words, there's nothing legal is saying you have to respect him. And he had poor lawyers. I don't know if he knew any better. But you don't want to come in court as a black man or a Negro. That you don't have no standing in that because that's a corporate term. That's a corporate name. That's a slave name. You coming in as a slave. So how you can respect? How you going to respect somebody who call themselves a slave? Go back and read the case. He came in as a black man, a Negro, which is a title from slavery. If he knew his ancestry, if he knew his, let's say, his Cherokee roots, Creek roots, Lakota roots, Moorish roots on his mother's side, because that's the one that counts. If he was able to trace that lineage to a nation, then he would need civil rights. He would have constitutional rights. Got to know who you are, people. That's the bottom line. So all you millionaires out there who look like Dred Scott, some people don't want your money. Some people won't even take it. And you should be trying to be a part of conspicuous consumption. What is conspicuous consumption? Go to the writer of Miseducation of the Negro to learn about conspicuous consumption. Woodrow Wilson. You want big cars, you want Lamborghini, you want. Let me tell you what my father said when we were building our community. He said he don't want a new car unless he can go to his own service station getting gas from his own gas wells. And that's freedom. When you have a system in place that can provide gasoline, to your own service station. When your car breaks down, you have your own repair shop that can repair your car. People who are part of your nation or family. That is freedom. How can you be free? You got a new car. You got to take it to the opposition, the opposer, the man who opposed you to fix it. You're financing your own slavery. If you got money and don't know how to apply it, you're financing your own enslavement. So that's the message that I want to share. TAIFA was about making you a part of a community. And we're going to do it all. We're going to have our gas wells, our own fuel that we own. We've already had, in my lifetime, I've experienced having our own service station. Yes, we owned it. Own supermarkets. Yes, we owned it. Own department stores. Yes. It wasn't as developed as the opposition, but that was just work we needed to do. We can easily develop things that are much more lavish than you see them with now. But we got to come together. That's a must. This message that I'm speaking is not popular. It's not popular. Matter of fact, People hate this message on both sides. They think I'm backwards or stupid or ignorant until they experience by life lessons what I'm talking about. You in heaven when you have a problem and you can take it to a community that has the lawyers, that has the experience, that has the support, where you ain't got to be paying a bunch of money and nobody doing anything for you. People who really care for you. That's freedom. It's not the money. It's the team that you're with that got your back. You think money is freedom? Okay. Let's look at Bill Cosby. He had a bunch of money, right? If he was so free, how did he still get locked up? Just name one. You see, he didn't have a support. He didn't have a group that would fight for him. He was just him. And the lawyers that he hired, now lawyers, they're not lawyers for you. They're officers of the court. I don't care what kind of lawyer you have. He's an officer of the court. His interest is making sure he stay in proper standing with his position as an officer of the court. And the court is only there to take your money. That's why they make the laws, to take your money, your resources. So why you think the lawyer is any different? Y'all don't want to talk to me about this. Y'all don't want to talk to me about this. This is eye-opening message here. This is an eye-opening message here. If you want to be free, if you're a people who've been disenfranchised and you want to be free, this is an eye-opening message. Somebody wrote the other day, "Oh, you got to be God." I didn't even respond because God is not, let's say what God is. God has a system in place. What good is one person? If you don't have a system, you can't be anything but somebody's tool and fool if you're out here by yourself. Okay, well, I'm getting a little tongue-tied here. If there's no questions in the chat, there's no greetings in the chat. How y'all doing? Those who are peeping in, who haven't come in, who haven't commented. Okay, well, I'm gonna greet you with peace, and maybe we'll speak the next time I'm on. Hiya, hiya to the tribe, Baseo.